Coming up next, an inbox review of the 1:350 scale USS Nimitz kit I've just bought off of eBay, the latest addition to my 1:350 scale fleet. Hi guys, it's James here, welcome to another video from JJ Model Making. Today I thought I'd show you off the most recent addition to the 1:350 scale fleet at JJ Model Making Towers. This is the USS CVN-68 Nimitz, the 1975 version of the Trumpeter kit, 1:350 scale. So it's absolute massive. This is a full-size dining table. I'll have to zoom out a long way and stand quite away from the table. It's a massive kit, we all know that, but it's going to be an interesting build, and it's one that's going to take a long time to do and put a lot of effort in, but looking forward to getting started. So what I thought I'd do is I'll give you a quick rundown of what was included in the kit. If you haven't already seen it, it's a second-hand kit. It's off eBay, as you can tell from the scruffy box. I think it's actually third-hand, because the guy I bought it off mentioned to me that he actually bought it off someone else when I picked it up. So there has been some parts already stuck on, and there's a tiny bit of damage on one of the pieces, but I think I can fix that. But let's see what's inside. Yeah, so it is a second-hand kit. These are very expensive kits, and I don't mind saying I wanted to save a bit of money because the photo etch alone is going to cost probably more than I actually spent on this kit eventually. So I've been keeping an eye out on eBay for a while, saw this one come up, good price, so I thought I'd go for it. So we have the instruction manual, that's all present and correct, which is good. This is the waterline plate, still in its wrapper. I'm actually going to build this Nimitz as a waterline version, so it's good to have that there. Thankfully I'm not going to use this base, I'm almost afraid to touch it. It is possibly come from a home with dogs, I think, because there's a bit of hair in there, and yeah, the less talked about that, the better really. But everything else looks good. We've got the majority of the parts all still on the sprues here. Lots and lots of sprues, lots and lots of plastic. Various antennae and so forth. A lot of this is going to be replaced by the photo etch, but it's all there. Life buoys. There we have some of the stern, the end of the hangar deck. Not quite sure what those are. That's part of the stern plate, I think. The elevators. Good old Trumpeter colour reference guide. It's a bit faded. Obviously been around a while, this one. And we've got some more of the detail parts. I think this goes on the bottom of the flight deck. Some of the smaller utility boats and propellers, not that I'm going to include them, and the quite massive rudders. The island itself gets a sprue all to itself. So that's going to turn into a bit of a kit on its own. I'm going to attempt, so I'm going to do a waterline kit, I'm going to attempt to light this as well. So I'm going to try and do that in there. That'd be quite interesting. Lots and lots of aircraft. Won't go them all individually. Some are on the sprues and some aren't. This is the two-part. Ooh. Here we have the two-part hangar bay. I think it's already been painted by the looks of it, but nothing that can't be resprayed and stuck back on. There's a bit of damage here, as you can see, and I'll show you that on the main body in a second. Here's the main flight deck. Forgotten how big this is. This has actually been painted already by the looks of it. I think it has been sprayed, which is good. So it won't be too hard to spray over it. All the detail is the netting that's going to come off eventually with the photo etch, and some on the sides here, but that's all looking good. A massive great decal sheet. I've actually still got my gold medal models decals, so I'll be using those for the majority, and the rest of it is made up of various small bits still in the box. Now here's a close-up of the main hull of the ship. It has been painted already. I'm going to change the colour. There's a few bits been stuck on, some a bit of a random slapdash, and then you can see some of the paint. But basically it's been pulled apart for sailing, so some of this here is going to have to be sanded back down. There we go, there you go, you can see now. Some of this has been glued on, that needs to be sorted out. 3 of the 4 hangar bays have been, hangar bay doors have been sealed. That's going to come off. There's also this bit here. And on the starboard side, again, you can see a bit of damage. There's a bit of glue slapdash here. I think it's that Revell thick cement they used originally. That's going to be sanded back. Open up these 2 doors rather. On the sponsons, looks like it was glued and come off. I need to find that. I'm probably going to replace it, to be honest, because I've got some good plans for this one. So I'm not too worried. And likewise here, that can all be opened up or re-glued. In here is a bit of the damage the guy was referring to. So that dark grey bit is a bit of the hangar bay that was glued down. Also sort of in here, in here, in here, you can see on the side. So all of that's going to be sanded out flush. But as I'm going to build an interior hangar bay, you won't actually be able to see that bit anyway, so not too worried about that. There we go. This is actually a 2004 minted kit. And then to sort of give you a bit of a size comparison, because we like doing that on this channel, here's the CVN-68 Enterprise against the Nimitz. So while the Nimitz is obviously a massive kit, it's more or less the same size as the Enterprise. So yeah, so looking forward to getting stuck into this. Got to finish off a few kits first before I get involved with doing what's what on this. Basically my plan, I still entirely haven't thought it all the way through yet, is basically to build a Nimitz as if it would look in 2027 when it's due to be decommissioned and replaced by the next CVN-80 Enterprise of the Gerald R4 class. So basically the end of life Nimitz. So I think probably what I want to do is the sponsons here, and again on the other side and on the stern here, replace them and either do some scratch building and maybe get some 3D printed parts and use those to make it more modern version, to look something more similar to either the George Washington or the Gerald R. Ford in the way it looks, and then from an air wing point of view use some of the kit supply pits, but probably get lots of Trumpeter versions of more modern aircraft, Hornets and whatnot, and also some F-35 B or Cs, not sure which ones I'll need, and possibly some drones. So yes, so it's going to be quite an exciting long-term project. So that's the long-term plan for the kit. Nimitz 2027. Need to map out exactly what I want to do, think about what parts I need, but it's going to be a fun build, a fun experience getting this all sorted, getting everything sanded down, made ship shape, so to speak, and yeah, lots to look forward to. So thanks for watching. Have you built the Nimitz before? If you have, let me know please, because I'm desperate for some feedback and any points and tips. It'd be great to let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Happy modelling.